Good morning, everyone. Today, I want you to imagine something, just for a moment. Imagine waking up tomorrow and you could no longer see anything. Not your phone, not your friends, not even your hand in front of your face. The world is completely dark. How would you know where to talk? How would you know who's standing next to you? Sounds impossible, right? Scary even. But there are people who live in this world every single day, and they don't just survive. They try. They read, they travel, they learn, they explore, all without using their eyes. So today I'm gonna talk about, my discussion is all about visual impairments. But first we have to look at the objectives. So at the end of the discussion, the student will be able to first defining what visual impairment is, what are the classification of visual impairments, the different causes of visual impairment, and the scope-based programs. So let me just open my discussion with this quote from Helen Keller. So she said that the only thing worse than being blind is have sight but no vision. So this reminds us that while visual impairment will limit our sight, but it doesn't limit our potential. What truly matters is having vision in life, our goals, our purpose and determination, which empower them to overcome the challenges and active contribute to society. So, just try to imagine you have that vision, you have that sight, but you don't have dream at all. You don't have purpose in life. It's like vain. So this is why Helen Keller emphasized that vision or vision loss is not a hindrance to be success, and that's what she tried to imply in this quote. So let's move on. So what is visual impairment anyway? So visual impairment is a general term used to describe people who cannot see even with corrections. It includes problem in visual acuity, visual field, and perceiving color. So it is a person experiencing difficulty in seeing even with correction lenses or even such as eyeglasses or contact lenses. So it can be caused by different eye condition that affects how the eyes focus the light or the brain receive visual information. So here we have classification of visual impairment. So we have 4 classifications. So first we have the legally blind. So this is a minimal light or form of perception. So in this classification, this legally blind is severe na siya na visual loss. Na wala ito man completely dark, wala ka makita, parang you can imagine color na ito maka-describe. Where totally blind is completely lack of vision or totally without any sight. So this one is you can see, but you have that tiny vision ng parang imagine ka na kayo makuha ng color, but you can't even see it. And next is partially sighted, have a limited perception with the environment. So unsighted is partially sighted is nakay perception sa environment, but limited lang siya. And the last one is low vision, has still a residual or remaining vision. So this one is, so we categorize it. So legally blind is severe, and then the totally blind is moderate, and then the partially blind is light lang or something like that. So next is the causes of visual impairment. So we have a lot of causes of visual impairments. And one of the common causes is the myopia or nearsightedness. So in this condition, a person can see objects that near from them, but distance object appear blurry. So this is happened because the light rays focus in front of the retina instead of the retina. So this myopia is, a person na makakita sila if doon may sila ang object but blurry kung sa layo. That's it. And opposite sa iya ang hyperopia or farsightedness. So in this condition, people with hyperopia can see distance object clearly, but object that are near appear is blurry. So baliktad siya sa myopia, which is myopia is nearsightedness, and the hyperopia man is farsightedness. So baliktad. Kung doon sila ha, blurry doon ang parang kayo. Pero kung tayo, mas maparang nila. And next is the astigmatism or blurred vision. So in this condition, the person sees a blurry image of things around him due to the curve and cornea or lens. So it's over with the cornea has an irregular shape, causes light rays to focus unevenly or on the retina that result distorted or blurry vision at any distance. So kani astigmatism or sa cornea nimo is or sa imong mata kanang itong di siya even, so that's why kanang pag mo tanaw dili kita kalaro kanang dili siya clear sa imong mata. Of course, next is the cataract. So you have already heard this one of this kind of condition, the cataracts. So the person with this condition experiences a blur, distorted or incomplete vision due to the cloudiness of the lenses because of the trauma or old age. So as you can see sa pictures, ang iyang lens niya na ay murag cloud na puti. So that's why blur kay ang pananaw niya. And of course, the next one is glaucoma. There is a condition when the aqueous fluid fails to circulate properly. So you can see sa picture na iyang mata niya sa kilid sa eyes na yung mga redness. And next one is diabetic retinopathy, or it is a diabetic individuals are affected with this type of eye disorder. So, parang some people na diabetic na yung problema sa mata. Like isa po sa mga itong sa diabetic sila have eye vision. And next is the retinitis pigmentosa. This is the gradual degeneration in the retina. So, ang ilang mata is mag-start na siya uga ng ilang lenses magkaroon ng mga blood sa ano ikaw, cornea niya sa ilang lenses. That's why magkaroon siya ng, wala sa vision or, yeah. And next is the Usher's syndrome. This is the deaf-blind condition, which is combination of congenital deafness and retinitis pigmentosa. So this Usher's syndrome is usually, pwede siya inborn, sabi sa mga deaf-blind person na maliit sila ka. Like totally blind sila. It's a congenital, disease. And next one is the macular degeneration. This is due to deterioration of the central area of the retinal cones. And the last one, we have the retrolingual fibroblastia. Typical to premature babies who are overexposed to oxygen and the incubator. So this one, usually, makuha siya sa mga premature babies. No? And we have also the optic nerve atrophy, damage of optic nerve. And the last one, we have the ocular albinism. So if you could, hear sometimes na parang ang aga niyan, usually hindi ang mga mata nila, ano siya, it's a genital condition that primarily affect the eyes. This condition reduces the coloring. So yung lenses nila kaya yung mga white because it's needed. So this is a genital condition. So sa ano din siya sa dugo nila. And now we have here in the next topic, which is the skull-based program. Continue. So the skull-based program in the Philippines. So students with vision loss usually attend special education. The Philippines call for the deaf and blind in Pasay City specialized instruction. So, in the Philippines, many students with vision loss often study in special education instead of regular inclusive classroom. One well-known institution is located in Pasay City. This school provides specialized education and training for students with visual or hearing impairment. Teachers who handle students with vision loss trained to use specialized teaching methods such as Braille or Braille. Additional aids for learners with visual impairment. So, first we have a tactile aids, which is number one is the Braille. So first is colorblind was the Institut National des Jeunes in Paris, founded by Valentin Hoy in 1784. So ang founder aning Braille is si Louis Braille, a student of Hoy, developed the embossed system as a communication method for people with vision loss. So today, Braille is the number one source of literacy for the blind. Braille consists of 6 raised dots arranged in 2 columns of 3. Braille has 2 grades, so nasa grade 1 and grade 2. This is, a grade 1, which is Brailler. A Brailler is a device used to write Braille. It is often used by younger students, baliktad din siya. Sa younger students, ini ang Brailler, and who are learning Braille. It is look like a typewriter with 6 key and this requires special paper to punch raised Braille dots. And here is for the older student, grade 2 Braille, which is the slate in stylus. It is commonly used by older students. The Braille dots are punched by hand on special paper. It is smaller and quieter and more convenient than Brailler. So next is the orientation and mobility program. So teaches students with visual impairment to be aware of their environment. So students with visual impairment need proper training and tools to help them move safely and learn effectively. One important program is the Orientation and Mobility Program. This program teaches students how to become aware of their environment, aware of their surrounding, and how they move safely from one places to another. And teachers may create activities such as obstacle courses, so students can practice navigating their environment and develop confidence and independence. So, another important mobility aid is the cane. So, usually, mo siya itong kasagaran makita sa mga, person with visual impairment, karang stick nga ginagamit nila. So, this is a cane, ang tawag niya. The most common type used by visual impaired individual is the cane. The cane helps them to detect the obstacle, such as bumps, open spaces, stairs, or uneven surfaces while walking. It also provides information about their surroundings, making travel safer, especially for individuals who have or who move independently. And next is sighted guides. So teachers and classmates can also provide assistance through use of sighted guides. So a sighted guide is a person who helps someone with vision loss move safely. The proper way to assess is to grade the person normally and ask if help is needed. The person with visual impairment should hold the guide's arm near the elbow so they are shouting if kanang needed nila lang. So they need like adlaw-adlaw if di naman nila need ang help. So kanang na yun, like sa convenient lang yun nga tayo. And next is the guided dog. So of course, mga pets like dogs, helpful din siya sa mga visual impairment. So So these dogs are specially trained to follow commands and guide people with vision loss through complex roads. They usually wear a special harness that help them to assess the visual impairment person. And we have here the manipulatives na mga, educational materials or aids. First, we have the questionnaire roads. So use through touch. This is the roads help students learning mathematical concepts such as measuring, comparing, or length, and understanding the number by touching and arranging the roads. So muna siya, mga stick siya, color, muna siya ang mga, mga length dito, may bawal ito sa katas. So even hindi sila makita, ma-feel nila na yan, ma-compare nila ang mga height. And next is the primary abacus. So used for counting and calculation, such as adding and subtracting by manipulating the beds. So this is a special type of abacus designed for people with vision loss. It allows students to perform calculation like addition and subtraction. Next is a talking calculator. This is the electronic calculator, announces the number and mathematical operation allowed, allowing students with visual impairment to hear the results while solving the main problem. So last is the optical devices. It is used to accommodate students with low vision. Example are the eyeglasses, mga contact lenses, mga magnifier, mga telescope, and large print materials. So muna siya mga optical devices that can help the person with visual impairment. Of course, there are also advanced computer programs. So we have here in the technological aid na, which is natay CCTV, the closed circuit television. So it is help the students with low vision to read the printed materials. Use a camera, so nasa camera, dikit sa ababaw sa libro para mabasa nila. So this technology plays an important role in helping students with visual impairment assess information and learn more independently. So this is a CCTV. This device is helpful for students with low vision when reading printed materials. So a camera is placed above the book or paper, and the text magnified and displayed on screen so that the student can see it more clearly. And another one is the Optacon. A handheld electronic devices converts printed text into vibrating tactile signal, allows the user to feel the shape of letters through touch. So this Optacon is the small handheld electronic devices that can convert printed letters into vibrating patterns. So it is by feeling this vibration, a person with vision loss can recognize the shapes of letter and read printed text. Next one is the Corswell 1000. So this is also advanced computer program. This is software used to optical character recognition to scan printed materials and convert them into digital text that can read aloud by the computers. It helps individuals with visual impairment access books, mga documents. So wala siya og keyboard, mga computer. Pero na siya makaano kanin, na siya tingog siya mismo ang material. So di na yung need ma-use pa yung touch because yan ang mismo ang magawa. Next is the electronic travel guide. It is a system used to GPS technology to help individuals with vision loss know their location. So this electronic travel guide can help you, especially kapag travel kayo lang isa, hindi na mag-lisod, ikaw na lang. You can use this travel guide to know your location. So in conclusion, understanding visual impairment is crucial because it allows us to provide the right support, education, and opportunity for individuals who experience visual loss. So in simple terms, understanding visual impairment helps society become more inclusive, supportive, and respectful of people who experience vision loss. So I have here a quote by Thompson. So let me just end this quote with, get better, not better. So this means that challenges may come, but they should never stop us from growing. As the quote say, get better, not better. Even in the face of visual impairment, people can rise, adapt, and success with courage, support, and determination. So let us remember that limitation do not define a person. Strength and perseverance do. So that's